Smoke, man. Quick video though, man. We talking about falling down in life. Falling down happens in life, but staying there will always be your fault. You know what I'm saying? Life happens, but how you respond to life is all that matters at the end of the day. We all go through trials and tribulations. At some point, you got to understand this, man. You're going to encounter setbacks. You're going to counter roadblocks. You're going to counter failure. I push for failure. I want to make mistakes so I can sit down and figure out what I did wrong and I can start to move better. I can grow as a person. Don't run from failure. Don't be scared, afraid to make a mistake. Push for those mistakes. That's how you're going to grow as a person. Once you have those mistakes and you actually take the time to sit down and learn from them so you don't repeat the mistakes, that's the mark of a successful person in life right there. You just got to understand that there's no sense in crying over spilled milk. Shit happens. Life happens, man. I've been making mistakes all my life. I've been making them since I was born. I'm going to make them until I die. It's a part of life. You got to take the wins with the losses. Y'all know I always say that in my videos. Take the wins with the losses and the good with the bad. It's the next thing you got to remember, man. Things probably aren't as bad as they seem. When you have mistakes, setbacks, failure, you take a loss out here. Once you sit down and you evaluate the bigger picture, it's probably at the end of the day not as bad as you making it out to be. It may seem bad right now. It may be painful right now. You may be going through a lot right now, but this is the thing. Time heals all wounds. You're going to be okay. You're going to be good. All you got to do is sit down and take it one day at a time. Sometimes you just got to take it easy. It might not be easy. It might be a year-long process. You make a mistake. I'm going to give y'all a great example, right? Back in 2016, New Year's Day, I got a DUI, right? That was a year and a half long process. You know what I'm saying? I had to go to court. I had to spend $1,500 for a lawyer. I had to go to Alcoholics Anonymous classes. My license was suspended. I had to get the blow and go on my car for like a year straight. You feel me? It was a big, expensive, painful lesson at the time, but I learned from it. I moved forward from it. It took it was about like a year and a half. I finally was able to get my license back. Maybe I had to get a temporary, restricted license. I could only go to work, grocery shopping, and that's it, back home. Little stuff like that. It was like I said, it's a long process. It was hard at the time, but I learned from my mistake. I'm far from perfect. Nobody's perfect. I'm just as imperfect as anybody watching this video, man. So don't come on here. I don't want you to ever think you better than nobody. The only time we looking down on somebody is to help give them a hand up in life. You feel me? This is the next thing. After you figure out what you have to do, after you sit down, sometimes people forget to do this, man. They forget to accept responsibility that is their fault, and realize that a lot of things in your life, they happen for a reason. I sat down, I didn't blame nobody, man. I ain't have nobody to blame when I got that DUI but me. And the crazy part about it, I wasn't even, when we were leaving from the party, like I said, it was New Year's Eve. We went out to a hotel, all you could drink, open bar at a nice hotel, downtown Raleigh, North Carolina. And the crazy part about it, I wasn't even driving. I was in the back seat. We had took my car. We stopped at the gas station to get some gas, food, and drink. I hopped in the front seat. I was in the back sleep, man. You know what I'm saying? I think back, and I was like, damn, I wish I would have stayed my ass asleep, man, until we got to the house. But, hey, it is what it is, man. It's a learning lesson, man. I was young and dumb, early 20s, still figuring life out. We all go through that. I make these type of videos though, man, so you ain't got to go through my same mistakes. You can learn from me, That's why I put myself out here, man. And it takes a lot of courage to put yourself out here on this platform where you got billions of people seeing you around the world. And it's easy for some people to hide behind a computer or a phone and, type anything. I see the trolls, the hater comments, all that, man. And I don't even respond to them anymore. I just like it so that they know I acknowledged it and I keep it moving, man. Because if this was easy, everybody would be on here doing this. Everybody would be putting themselves out there. It's easy to hide behind the camera. It's hard to sit right here and put yourself out here like this. You feel me? So, like I said, man, learn from your mistakes. Accept responsibility for your actions, right? That's a part of being an adult. You have to learn to accept responsibility. You can't play the blame game all your life, pointing the finger at everybody else, blaming the world for your problems. That's the sign of a kid. Once you grow up and mature, you realize that a lot of stuff is your own doing. You just gonna have to sit down and you're gonna have to figure it out. This is the last thing I'm gonna leave y'all with, man. You know, when you make those mistakes, you know, don't sit there and dwell on it too long. Figure out what you got to do. Like I said, you know, come up with your play, come up with your plan. You know, you may have to get creative. You may have to get a little savvy with it. But once you figure out what it is you got to do, man, and you implement the play, now it's time to put it into action and it's time to get it going so you can move on with your life. You know, don't sit there and dwell on the past, your mistakes, the losses you took, all the setbacks, all the rejection. Don't dwell on that too long. This is living rent-free in your head. That's wasted energy. That's wasted negative action right there that you could be spending on trying to become a better person. You could be spending on more positive aspects of your life. I don't sit and dwell on too much, man. Like I said, I done took plenty L's in my life, man. I done got rejected. Plenty time I didn't get jobs that I wanted, man. I had plenty women turn me down, reject me that I was trying to court or take out on a date. They wasn't interested. They wasn't feeling the kid. It is what it is, man. I don't get mad. You know, I may feel hurt or, you know, rejected at the time, but I realize that it's a billion other people out here. It's a million other jobs out here, man. You just got to keep living and you got to keep going at the end of the day, man. Y'all like this video, make sure you subscribe to my channel at the Ghetto Bodybuilder. Follow me on Instagram, TikTok at the Ghetto Bodybuilder. I got the merchandise for sale. Shop with me on my website, man. But yeah, we going to be all right, man. We just going to keep going. We going to keep pushing. We going to keep going through the good and the bad. We push for mistakes. We push for setbacks, man, so we can sit down and we can grow as a person. If you always in your comfort zone, you scared to make a mistake, you scared of what people gonna think, how they gonna feel about you, man, you already 2 steps behind. It's not the time to just be trying to get by in life. We trying to get ahead. Y'all know how we coming. Let's get motivated.